told there's some real money in the room.
Walt talks a lot about his mom and his music, and through his expression. He talks about how his trust with women isn't there because of his mom and how he lost her at an early age. So can you kind of attest a little bit, and you spoke on it some, but just on his relationship with his mom and
here and you have to really, as a parent, really take the time to pay attention to your kids and what's going on in your household. It's okay if the mom and the dad are not living in the same house. That's not the problem. The problem is the participation between the two. It has to be equal. If it's not equal, that child is the one that's going to suffer. And Junior's mom was so out of the loop, not for days, not for weeks, but for years. I think she went like 4 or 5 years, period. No birthdays, no Christmas, no 4th of July, all these days and things that kids look forward to being with their parents with. She was non-protestant, she was non-participation. It was just, she was just out there doing her thing with them drugs, and you can see the anger building up in him. And I would do everything to try to, I mean, you can have all the money in the world, but it cannot take the place of a child's love for his mama or daddy. It's just not gonna work. You can take them to Astroworld, Walt Disney, you can take them to the moon. You cannot replace the foundation of a child. When a child is born, a child needs love from both parents. And when a mom go against the dad, you're hurting the child. If the dad have the child, you go against the mom, you're hurting the child. And the end result you're gonna see is when that child become of age, you're gonna have major, major, major problems because y'all did not work together.
Yeah, man. So around the time, I want to say, it would have been around somewhere around he was 18, 17, 18. There's a shooting that happens, 2009 Trey Day, and he ends up serving a bid in TDC. How did this impact you?
Well, it was crazy because I believe, and I'm not mistaken, this might have been dealing with the same crew that had done the thing in my house, but just probably some more. And it was crazy because it was like, at that time, Walt's career was starting to grow. His talent was being recognized. He wasn't being looked upon as just some bad street kid. He was looked upon as being intelligent, and also, you know, he's going places. And when that happened, it was like another blow from the right knee to the left knee. Having to go to court, you know, going through that, being on TV, you know, having him on TV, flagging him, talking about he running from the police and all that stuff, and that was all a lie. And you know, it's a shame that, you know, sometimes the news or even some police officer may go as far as try to make stuff look worse than what it is for whatever reason, but it's crazy because, you know, at the end of the day, he did his time, and, you know, he didn't do all what they say to do. They ain't had none of no camera, nothing like that. It was just all lies. But I'm just thankful that God stepped in and put everything in perspective and put things where it's supposed to be. So,
Yeah.
It was tough.
So, well, fast forward. Gets out of jail. Comes a rapper. 2014, things really get to taking off. I don't think, me personally, just from the outside looking in, I didn't start hearing about you until a few years back. And it was like, shit, Walk done bought his dad a car. Walk done did this, that, and the third. You've been through so much with him, raising him. A lot of bullshit. But now it's kind of like, you know, almost like a 360 to a degree. Like some of the early investments you made. The laptop.
Exactly.
The shows.
Right.
Starting to bear fruit. You know, how did you give us your perspective on how that turned out?
Those are the seeds I was talking about. No matter how bad the ground is, no matter how far the rain doesn't come down and fertilize the ground, no matter how hard or how hot it is when you're out there working, you continue to plant the seeds. And sure enough, you're gonna have a crop full of fruits, full of vegetables, full of everything. So that's living proof that no matter what you had to go through to get the land, to pay the taxes, people trying to poison your fruit, pigs tearing your ground up, no matter what you go through, if you got God right here, can't nothing stop you, and that's why you end up over here. Now you got all this is going on. And that's what it is. It's having faith, working hard, being consistent, and just, continue to plant. I still plant seeds with him, and he's a grown man. But he's still my son. And, people need to understand that you're not just a parent from 0 to 18. When you're a parent, you're a parent. And that's how it is. I didn't ask for this job, I created this job, so I got to take care of this job.
To what degree of you being a professional athlete on television and his mother being who she was played the role in creating who Walk became today?
Coming from her perspective, I believe her role, believe it or not, made him strong, because he had to endure the absence of not having his biological mom in his life. His stepmom took over and played a major role in his life, but everybody knows that the genetic mom, or the dad is not playing a role, it's going to have some type of negative effect on you. So my part was the consistency of stability and hard work. I proved to him that no matter what, days you don't feel like doing it, days you just don't want to, days you don't even feel like being bothered with it no more, you keep getting up, you keep grinding, you keep knocking down doors until you done knock so many doors down, and guess what? Now you own all of them. That's how it is in life, because nobody's gonna sit up there and give you anything. If you don't go out there and try to make it happen for yourself, you're just not gonna have it.
Is there anything else you want the people to know?
I want the people to know that, life is short. Life is important, and we're not guaranteed tomorrow. I don't care who you are, how much money you got, or you could be the president of the United States to the guy that just sweeping the corner. We all got to leave this earth one day. So I would say to any and everybody, including my son, do your best to be the best, work hard every day, and try to help somebody else for a change, and quit worrying about yourself all the time, because it's a blessing to be a blessing. Amen to that.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.